Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here, and let's just jump straight into it. We have got the fear and greed index still sitting at greedy. This is pretty vital right now because we keep going up a little bit more to that 60-ish range, then coming back down, then going back up. We're teeter-tottering. It can be seen as good, it can be seen as bad. The one thing to note is the whole cynical saying, right? I don't need to say it. You definitely know what I'm going to say. So I think it's safe to say, with everything that's going on currently, the proposals that are passing, the proposals that are currently in motion, some weird stuff going on, some really good stuff going on. And one of the good things we're seeing right now is this USTC incremental repeg is putting some positivity back into our sector. And you're simply seeing that reflected on the charts. Everything's looking a bit more, ooh, this is getting interesting. So when times like this, I think when things start to get interesting, right, there's a likelihood is we're going to see some sort of price reaction if this passes and this signaling proposal starts to take hold, right? What sells? Well, good news sells, positive news. We are currently at an all-time low. You can see this on the daily chart. We're all the way down here. You can imagine how much of a juicy situation this is going to be for a lot of people that just day trade. It's going to be a scenario where there's volatility, there's volume, and where there's volume and volatility, there are possible, okay, when I say possible abilities to make good trades, because as things go up, they come back down for retests. There's always those little playing it, even if it's 5% for a day trader, that's a lot, because the way that they do these things are through dexes. They're making all the efforts that they can to arbitrage. They really utilize the system, and these are the kind of traders that push price upwards, because the majority of us, like we've spoken about, we sit on our bags. We don't really do anything. We need these kind of traders in our sector. The sector has been more or less quiet for, as you can see, you could say it's been quiet for around a year, but you know, we got to a point where burning was taking hold and there was a FOMO drive for that. I still solely believe in burning. We're going to be speaking a little bit more about burning and what I'm working on in the background. That we have been working on this previously, but all of my projects became sidelined because I had to go and get my back corrected. But now I'm back, starting to reintroduce myself into small parts of the environment. But honestly, right now, looking at this daily chart, looking at the news that's flowing in, this could be our all-time low. This could be where we're lowest right now. And from this point onwards, following this incremental repeg for the next however long it's going to take, you could simply just start seeing liquidity fire back into the blockchain. The one thing to note with this repeg is it looks at all different angles, like we've said about. One of those angles is actually locking liquidity back into the stable quants. This is brilliant news because currently there's not even enough liquidity in those coins to make them valuable. They cost you money to do anything with them. The majority of people know not to sell them and they're just sitting there and they're becoming irritating for, like, you know, what can I actually do with these coins? Well, nothing, because if you sell them, you'd just be throwing money away, so to speak. So seeing that there's a future even for those small stable quants is huge, and we need to understand that liquidity coming back into the blockchain is going to reflect into this price chart. So if we flick over to the 30-minute chart, we'll give it a refresh. You can see we are crawling upwards. BTC is also crawling upwards, but it's been crawling up and down for some time. And the one thing that a lot of people have noticed is we're simply not moving with, we move downwards with everything, but we don't tend to move back upwards at the same pace as everything else. Whereas previously, when the burning was taking hold, we would always lead these. The second BTC started dumping, for whatever reason, people started putting their money into Terra Classic. It was a thing where we started to follow a route where we were leading the market. We could have started a possible altcoin season. This USTC repeg could begin all of this. For me, this is something that we need. And I've said this a few times now, but I'm so excited to just thinking to myself right now, seeing the reflection of everything in the cosmos with everything that's aligning, it really could just be the perfect scenario for us right now. So hopefully we continue to climb, we continue to come back down, retesting ourselves, leaving nice little healthy levels for us to sit at if we need to and coast sideways. But the most important thing right now is to support these kind of proposals that are passing, because these ones that are, I hope, going to pass and have been passing, like the parity and the L1 team, this is all going to become absolutely golden as we fight our way through 2023. And we've got a huge fighting chance right now. I've never felt like USTC's been safe until recently, with all of these different developments where it's like, well, hold up a minute. They have tried this before. They failed. They got countersued. They've just tried it again. It's failed. And DK is in the most precarious position he could be in. He's as open and as weak as he's probably going to get. And South Korea have simply said it's not a security. So the fact there's no minting, I don't see a risk anymore. The only thing I see is the risk of it all failing and USTC remaining as it is. But the only difference is there'll be a lot more liquidity locked into it if it did fail. So I think this is a route worth following. This is my own personal opinion about all of this and us being at an all-time low. But it just seems so obvious to me right now that we've been through a stage where we've become predictable. It's easy to short our blockchain and make money on the shorts. But what happens when all of a sudden there's a huge price reversal and that all swings upwards? Well, all of those short positions get absolutely crushed. Great, more liquidity for the blockchain. This is exactly what we want. So I think the next couple of days, weeks, I think is going to be very, very interesting. It's going to be super close seeing this proposal pass. It's definitely going to be a close one. But like we were saying about burning earlier, I spoke to everybody about bringing a project forward, as to which we would bring an NFT collection, and that NFT collection, the proceeds from it would be staked and the commission would be burnt once a month. I'm going to be bringing this project forward. I'm just looking for somewhere with the cheapest and easiest system that we can incorporate, because the more we can save on fees, the more we can burn every month. And you know, I'm going to be putting a very small white paper out to explain this project and disclaimers and everything. But honestly, this is going to be a situation where I put the project forward and then it's down to you folks as a community whether or not you want to make this very, very small purchase of a 50k LUNC NFT to possibly be amongst 100,000 other NFT holders that want to give a little themselves to see a huge amount burn every month. It's such a good example of trying to get people to work together for the greater good. You know, everybody chips in to this small amount. We stake it all on the chain. We're locking liquidity in. We're providing burns all the time. You know, it's a really, really positive thing to do. And if you've got the ability and the trust of a community to put something like that forward, then we should put something like that forward. We should be burning a huge amount of coins guaranteed every month. That isn't going to change based on, you know, the commission or anything like that. We stake it once, okay, and it's done. No one gets to touch those funds. I'm not going to touch those funds. They will be staked. The wallet would be public, and that's it. The commission would never affect it. In fact, we could apply an auto compounding feature to it. So let's say, for instance, we burn 80% of the commission and restake 20% of it. That way you're actually growing the monthly burn from that wallet. Where do the rewards come from? Well, they're going to come from the Oracle rewards pool, the same place that all of our commission comes from for all the different validators that are also burning. So I think it's a no-brainer at this point. Folks, if you're going to be interested in something like that, let me know in the comment section. I'm dropping it either way, whether or not people think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea, and I'm definitely going to be following it. We need little things like this in the community that can add up to big things. And I think now's the right time. Now's the time for me that I feel like, you know, we should start acting to align ourselves with all of these external forces to excel ourselves higher. It's what we need. It's what we want. I want to see us get all the way back up here and set an new all-time high. And now could be possibly it. Parity, USTC repeg, LUNC getting more burns from all of that, funding going into all of these pools. CX is jumping on board because there's simply money to be made for them. They love that. Everybody loves that. Everybody's in crypto to make money. So yeah, let me know what you think about all of that. Other than that, folks, that's all I've got for you this afternoon. Stay safe, beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of any pretending to be me. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.